Whoa, what's going on there? Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to some more Let's Play Occult Chronicles. In the last episode, Sarah and Oa had defeated all of those hostile quests, those nasty quests on the first floor, beating death itself in a game of chess, defeating an axe-wielding maniac, and beating back the blob in order to gain access to the kitchens and the areas back here. We found the entrance to the back of the house, the backyard, and that's going to be tricky. I don't really step into the backyard very often, but I know it's just about as difficult as the second floor, if not maybe a little tougher, but a little easier than the attic. We've completed quite a few quests, and we're going to be turning them in first. We're trying to get them all completed before we step into the backyard and actually give the second floor a more thorough search. When we left off as well, we had picked up we picked up the 6th talisman. I think, is that correct? I think that's what these are called. And it was another earth talisman. So, not so bad. I think that gives us 2 earth pentacles. It does not. All right, 1 earth, 2 wands, 1 water, and 2 swords. All right, so I think when I left off, I had just gotten the bargain with the demon quest. So we're going to go to the other demon and get the slip of paper from that creature, and then we'll come back here to turn that quest in. While we're over near the other demon, we might as well also talk to the chef, who can give us the quest to come back here and get the knife. So there's going to be a lot of running around. Like a lot of it. By that I mean we're going to be going back and forth often in this episode, and a zombie emerges from a body bag. So we fought in many of these. Let's go ahead and fight another one. And it looks like we're going to attack the zombie, because I get to use all my stats and skills and what have you. We only have 1 face card tonight, and a bunch of decent number cards with 1 ace. So let's start flipping. It just occurs to me how unlucky we've been, because we've only gotten 1 Arcana card. I know I've mentioned that previously. In fact, I think we got our first one in the last episode, if I recall correctly. That's really unlucky. Normally by now I've gotten at least 2 or 3 of them. Hopefully when we turn this quest in to Ben Holloway, that's the name I'm giving him, we will actually get another one. You won the battle. The zombie lies scattered on the floor in several pieces. You decide not to put them back in the bag. So all the way over... Oh, that's actually a lot closer than I thought it was. And he's not even near the chef. I don't think he is. Oh, but he could be. Okay, yeah, we can keep going in that direction and turn the quest in there. Turn the quest in there. We can start the chef quest as well, I suppose. So before you complete the quest, you need to actually search for the paper on the mantle, or it goes really bad for you. This must be the worthless servant that the demon in the broken circle was talking about. You inch forward to see if you can spot the piece of paper with the writing on it. And we basically cannot fail this. Well, I'm sorry, we can very well likely have failed it, especially with 2 aces and a bunch of low numbers, which is what we have. But we're not going to fail it. We got at least 1 success so far. You quickly spot the slip of paper on the mantle next to an old clock. You quickly grab it and tuck back, slipping the paper into your pocket. You quickly grab it and tuck back, slipping the paper into your pocket. Hey! Holy crap! We're up to 4 luck now. So now we can complete these demon quests. So... this demon doesn't look like it lied to us, if I recall correctly. Let's read this text again. The demon states that it was recently bound here by an acolyte claiming to serve some dark master. It's clear that the demon thought the human was insane and dabbling in things that were way over his head. The acolyte somehow managed to find a list of demonic names and binding rituals in some forgotten tome. The demon says that the acolyte would write them on small enchanted slips of paper. He believes his own name to be in the acolyte's pocket. He perished a short few hours ago when he foolishly attempted to summon and bind another demon, but got the slips of paper mixed up. Find the acolyte's body, then bring the name of the demon, and he will reward you. Yeah, this demon was nice. He told us the truth. He told us where the slip of paper was, and he says he'll reward us. Maybe he will. Let's complete this quest rather than betraying him. Against your better judgment, you throw a slip of paper with the demon's name into the fireplace. You are rewarded. You see sparks of blue and green, and the demon laughs with delight and then disappears. You received your reward as promised, but you sense there might have been some strings attached. 1 experience point. Now, I believe if you betray the demon, instead of 1 experience point, I think you get an edge from it. Alright, that was it. Next step, stop. Next stop, step, both. The next step we're stopping at is the chef. Let's go and talk to him. Now that we know the butler won't give us any more quests until we actually do so. Yeah, we should. Oh, you know what I should do? Let's get the chef's quest. Then we go upstairs and pick as many locks as possible to get more auras of fortune. That will be the plan. The ghostly chef floats about in a circle as if moving from working station to working station. It seems completely absorbed in what it is doing and does not seem to be paying you any attention. You have found the chef, apparently. It's time to use your skills as a medium and order the dessert. One face hand? One face hand. One face card. Lots of decent number cards, though. I really suspect that the way the game gets laid out, which I might actually know if I ever do manage to stop and read the game manual, is I think the trick cards get put on the table first, and then your hand gets drawn. Which is to say that it's more, well, depending upon how lucky or unlucky you get, face cards are most likely on the trick board, rather than in your hand. But for all my complaining, we're still going to score quite a few, because there are actually much lower cards on the trick-taking table than in my hand. You enter a trance and reach out to the ghost. It turns to look at you with a concerned face. You are here about the dessert, no? I would very much like to help, but I need my knife. It's run off somewhere. Once it's back, I will serve up a dessert to be remembered. Dessert? Yes, yes, but my knife has run off somewhere. There will be no dessert until it's back. Have you found it? It's very sharp and very strong-willed. Has a mind of its own, you know. Please, tell it to come here at once. I apologize if my voice is a little weird, or I'm a bit more goofy than I normally am. I'm so tired. I don't know what's been going on, everyone. My back pain has come back again. And I am exhausted at all times of the day now. I mentioned this not to feel... I don't want you guys feeling pity for me or anything like that. Just because if there may be periods of time where I don't talk at all, and that's because I'm trying not to fall asleep. Let's see. Locked wooden door. We want to open all the doors to hope for those auras of fortune. Assume we have a good chance to open the door. Alternatively, we can bash the doors in, which I guess we should do instead, because that's a much easier chance than picking the lock. It looks sturdy, but with a little effort, you might be able to kick or shoulder your way through. This is an old house, after all. The reason why the pick lock is so difficult is, I believe, because once again, remember, the game makes the difficulties, well, harder for you if it thinks you're doing well, and we are, in all honesty, doing well. So I see the 3 of Wands up there. We got a lucky scry. So I will hold on to my king in the hopes that we see a face wand card here. Sure, we'll play the king. I want to win, and I want to win by a lot of points. More card flip equals greater chance to actually get an aura of fortune. Splinters and a loud noise announce your success in battering down the door. The way lies open now. Ooh, 3 experience is nice. Go ahead and raise our cups again. Well, again, we can increase a stat here. We can increase our swords. Let's go for a melee edge next. So I'm not going to search the bathrooms or anything of that sort. We're going to hold off on doing that until I've picked all the locks and turned in all the quests I currently have. And I want to wait to turn in the quests until after I pick the locks, because I want, again, a greater chance of us getting better rewards. The haunting manifests itself as a dim ball of light. It has no sense of its previous life or existence. It wanders, hopelessly lost. You should exercise caution. These haunts cannot be reasoned with, and they can be lethal if disturbed. Oh, this is tough either way. You decide to use your psychic talent. Oh, no, we should get her instead. Because again, well, hold on. So, although we don't have any special abilities to help us win a psychic challenge, because this is a psychic challenge, we have that one edge, which gives us a slight chance to get a psychic talent card if we're victorious here, using a psychic encounter, or during a psychic encounter. So let's go ahead and try this. That was a misflip, but I'll take it. And I think I'll use the page. I'll hold on to our queen. That was a mistake. You engage in a psychic duel with the ghost. It overwhelms your psychic defenses and tries to get into your mind. We can try that again. Oh, wow! That's a nice hand. Some very low cards, but some very high cards. Could barely have hoped for a better flip than that. Only one that would have been better is if it had been the queen. Nice! Wow, we just decimated the ghost. You engage in a psychic duel with the ghost. It turns its mindless anger and desperation against you, but you prevail. You feel that whatever it was before would thank you for the peace you gave it. An edge upgrade. This is one of those flips where almost every single thing is very nice to get. Ah, very nice. An edge upgrade, 5 courage and 2 experience points. Any evade traps challenges. The value of any face card made in your hit deck is added to your trick taking score. If you, that's tempting. We can make our courage cards even easier for us to use. Target X additional cards with our Hyporian mark. Physical chest challenges. X random tricks are placed in a scribable state. Modifier is useless. Never upgrade that. Evade traps. Let's grab... I'm thinking either Amazingly Agile or Sense Danger would be good ones. I don't want to max... okay, so maybe we shouldn't take Amazingly Agile. There is a Arcana card, one of these, which when you use it, increases all of your edges by 1 level. So I tend not to try to max out my edges, because I hope to get that Arcana card instead. I think I want either Technique Perfectionist or Sense Danger for extra scryed cards. Sorry, I love this tune in particular. Let's grab... Sense Danger is more useful because traps are a lot more. They are more commonly encountered than physical tests. But physical tests would be things like breaking down doors. I think climbing. Actually, I guess they're both useful. Then, since I know there's, I think, at least two physical tests up here on this floor, we will grab Technique Perfectionist. And as for our courage, we'll take the points into Trick Shot. There we go. Again, don't forget that your heroic ranged combat feats do not require you to use bullets, just courage. I suppose this is... I suppose, like, your character is like a gun mage, if you've ever played, like, the War Machine tabletop game. The Signar army has a class which is like that. They fire magic bullets out of their guns. So I'm gonna quickly save the game, because if something does go wrong, I want it saved. Oh, I completely did not sit down to figure out what is causing that random encounter to crash. I meant to do so, and I have not done so. A doorknob monster. You see a typical wooden door. However, when you go to turn the knob to open it, it transforms into a vicious, mechanical mouth that sinks its teeth into your hand. The pain is agonizing, and you pull back your hand in alarm, only to find that it hasn't been hurt at all. An illusion. Horror check to grab the lock. Lock door physical test. Bash the door in. There is more than one way to skin a cat. It looks very sturdy. You notice on a closer examination that it has been reinforced beyond your average door. But with a little effort, you may be able to kick or shoulder your way through. Oh. One face card in her hand. It's a knight. And I see a Queen of Wands up there, which doesn't hurt me at all, because I have no Wands cards in my hand. Success! Splinters and a loud noise announce your success in battering down the door. The way lies open now. Whenever a nice weapon card's special action is performed that requires a card to be selected as a target, target up to X additional cards if possible, where X is not no. Sorry, I'm talking a lot. I'm talking to myself. I really like the name Stab, 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 but unfortunately, this would benefit me only if I was able to select a card. Our current and most likely only dagger that we will find during this adventure targets a random card, so we will not benefit from Stab, Stab, Stab. We don't have a long blade, so that won't help us. Whenever a melee card special action performed that requires a target... Nope. Extra from the total occurrence point of melee weapon cards in your sword's inventory for the purpose of determining how many occurrence points will the cards are. Oh, that's interesting. So we could take this, and our dagger would be reduced by 1 pound. I might take hidden blades. Oh, this is nice too. Gain X additional uses of all knife weapons in any combat challenges where X level of edge. That's very nice. I'll probably take that now. We don't have a long blade. I don't care about lowering the difficulty at the moment. We don't have a... Oh, we do have a bump up. Whenever a melee weapon special ability is used, X is added to the bump up applied to any non-face cards in hand, where X is a random number between 1 and the level of the edge. I think I'll probably take up close and personal. And I think there's probably... Yeah, and hand-to-hand expert is also another good one. This would make it so that the... If it targets a very high card in our hand, and we have hand-to-hand expert, it can actually begin making it into a face card. But we would need the level hand-to-hand expert as well. I think at the moment, since I am kind of... I kind of have memorized that our knife can be used to increase a random number card, a certain number. Let's take up close and personal so I can use our knife twice. And then I think we will grab... Let's grab another heroic feat. The secret door, ooh, is really difficult to bash in or to pick the lock of. I think it's in our best interest, though, to still... Oh, and neither of these are a physical test. If I want to do this, this is going to be really difficult. I think we'll just leave that there at the moment. That'll be the one door I decide not to try to pick open. That probably lead... Oh, no. Oh, it could. That might lead to the summoning room, where the cultist magician lurks, guarding the statue of Cthulhu. You see a large locked door with a grotesque stone or ceramic arm protruding from its center. There is no sign of a keyhole anywhere. Inspecting the arm closer, you notice that it looks poised to offer you an arm wrestle. Indeed, the arm looks like it might rotate on the wall. Perhaps wrestling it would offer access to what lies beyond. This looks like one of those dogs from the Ghostbusters movie. So we totally want this. It's a physical test, right? So this is what we want to do. The hand and arm seem to be mocking you. You decide to grip the arm firmly by the hand and wrestle it. Perhaps in this way, the door will open. We have 2 scryed cards, swords, and a cups. We have a very nice hand. Let's try to wait on flipping those over until I must do so. We have no pentacles, though. That's interesting. Probably was a mistake. I probably should have played my queen on that. Yeah, I should have. You win this contest of strength. It wasn't easy, but gradually you managed to move the arm counterclockwise. Several times it seems to want to wrench your arm out of its socket, but in the end you prevail. The door clicks open. Again, oh, this is a seance room. Okay, so we will want to go into this room. We want that crystal ball. It'll give us +1 pentacles, and it will also let us use it to find out which room is the room that has a final boss in it. I will probably want to raise my pentacles 1 point, though, because I think the crystal ball takes up 2 slots in our inventory. Which means I cannot actually pick it up without dropping something at the moment. So change of plans, we will level our pentacles next. Alright, door, you're the last locked door I saw up here. Oh, we can pick that lock. You examine the lock mechanism and decide that you just might know how to finesse it open. We might not, though, with the hand we drew. I'd rather not lose the encounter, which is a shame. Because we might get an ill omen card, which would counter a Aura of Fortune. So we are just going to win this challenge, even if we don't get a large amount of card draw. And we don't get any. One experience point for that. Zombies! You hate these guys. This place certainly knows how to keep you on your toes. Just don't build a summer house here. Well, we can't build a summer house here. There's already a house here. We had to destroy this one. Attack the zombies! Just remember to aim for the head. No problem. I hope. We only got an ace for that 8. It's not worth spending anything on. I can't do anything to the face cards that show up. Uh-oh. This is looking really bad. Holy crap! We get decimated. Not a single sword showed up. You didn't take the advice, now did you? Don't let them bite you. 4 cards, my goodness. Thankfully, though, we didn't take any damage. Again. What the heck was with that trick board? And again, it's looking bad for us. If only because we don't have very many... we have no pentacles in our hand. We better hope that we get lots of swords up here. That aren't the king of swords. Alright, at this point, we need to start using my weapons. Wow, that was a really flipping tough zombie. You won the battle. The dismembered zombie bodies still twitch around on the floor, putting on quite the show. It must have come from the room up here. Must have tried following us earlier. to go straight north, Tim. We're going to be turning in that quest, grabbing the knife as well. Let's grab the knife. Let's take the quest first. So this demon threatened to kill us. Ooh, but this demon will be tough to betray. Let's do it anyway. Having considered this whole errand carefully, you have figured it out. The slip of paper obviously carries the name of the demon you have bargained with, written in Old Stygian. Why else would this prince want it so badly? You could speak the name and command the demon to reward you. He was most likely going to betray you anyway. You speak the name on the paper and rewarded with a howl of torment from the demon. It lashes around the room, knocking over everything except for you. Your guess was correct. You compel it to reward you, and then to return to the hell from which it came. You have made an enemy today. Bargains with demons. During any challenge option of persuasion or deception types, each not revealed trick card has a 5% chance of being scryed at the beginning of the challenge option. Alright, possess knife. Let's relay the... Oh, we could try mastering it. I can't remember if mastering a knife actually, though, like... Can I flee from it? Hold on. We're gonna try fleeing, everyone, so I can save the game. So, I want to save the game because I'll try mastering the knife and seeing if then we can turn the quest in. But if we can't, then we'll just Alt-Control-Delete and reset the game so I can actually complete the quest as normal. I think if you master a knife, you grip it, and then you can bring it back with you to the chef. And since it's an easier challenge for me to do that than to try to relay the message, I would like to do that. You know that intelligent artifacts like this usually can be bargained with and are often manipulated and controlled. You decide to pick it up and try to force it to bend to your will. Okay, this is not the best, but it could be a lot worse of cards in our hand. Since we only have 1 cups and I see a 4 cups that our 7 can take, we'll immediately flip that and take it. Alright, we won the challenge. Are any of these a higher pentacles than a 5? I don't know, and I'm not willing to take the risk it. You grab the blade and try to command it. It demands that you play a game, and before you know it, you are dancing the blade around on your outstretched hand faster and faster. Lucky for you, you spent the summer on a mission tracking down Quechan shamans. You don't lose a digit, and the knife obeys. Okay, yes, so we can in fact grab it and bring it back to the chef. Alright, back upstairs we go again, everyone. Yep, and this time we'll also turn in any quests that we can along the way. I suppose we might as well keep fighting the zombies, so that's a decent hand. Can we get lucky with our knife? We did. Won the battle. Well done, Sarah. So, let's see. Do I have any way? I don't think there's any cards that really affect face cards. Oh, I do like these. So, let's take Calm Sidestep. Roll 1 bone, and then select a not revealed trick card and reveal it. If the revealed card is a face card, then add 2 times X to your trick points taken score, where X is the number of cups rolled. Then draw a card. Combined with scrying the trick cards, this is very powerful, because we might get lucky enough to see a face card. Then we can use this feat, select it, get a bunch of points for doing so. And we get to draw another card for doing it as well. I guess we'll go for the swords next. We'll go for all these stat increases. We haven't even explored the second floor, the attic, or the backyard, and we are already getting very close to being fully leveled up. That's great. That is great. Especially because I didn't think we were going to do so well with Sarah. I thought for sure, when I started recording this, I thought that we were going to fail utterly. We could try for the book on the stand, but I think we'll want the seance this first. Let's try getting the crystal ball first before we try for the book on the stand. You notice a crystal... Oh, this is a crystal ball. You notice a crystal ball set on the large wooden table almost immediately. You've obviously stumbled upon a seance room of some type. As you approach the crystal ball, it suddenly fills with a swirling cloud of white smoke, and a face materializes inside. You are caught off guard by the sudden appearance of the supernatural fortune teller. Your mind is strong. You see things far worse than this. In fact, this isn't your first run-in with a crystal ball and a fortune teller. I don't think I'm going to be flipping over cards any longer for horror challenges. This will be the last one, unless my sanity starts dropping low. We have a very small chance to pick up some arcane energy, but I don't think we need it. And since I don't need sanity either, I'd rather just move on to the story. The face in the smoke begins to speak. You soon realize that it doesn't seem to be aware that you are even there. It seems to be communicating with the spirit world directly. You catch glimpses of motion around the periphery of the table. Ghostly shapes soon appear, seated around the table. You could swear you hear a tambourine rattle. So we want to join the seance because that gives us a crystal ball. We could otherwise try destroying it. But I've never really tried to destroy the crystal ball. I've always tried joining in. Now, if we fail this, there's a chance that there's an instant insanity card present. So we need to actually win this challenge if I select this, and we're going to do that. And I don't have a good hand. We only have one face card. I'm thinking about using that Arcana card, but I won't do so yet. Okay, we won. Won by quite a bit, too. Very good. When I saw the king, my instinctive thought was, if I play the Arcana card, that's something like 11 points I gain instantly. And I didn't want to have to play the Four of Cups to move on past it. So I had to make up my mind right there how desperately I wanted 11 points. But the Arcana card would get us 6 points anyway for taking even a number card. So I could hold off and wait a little bit. The face in the smoke introduces herself as Madame Leosha, and you find no difficulty in establishing a rapport with her. She reveals to you some very important information. Oh, we didn't get the crystal ball as an item. I thought it was guaranteed. Apparently not. Okay, well, that's disappointing. We'll have to find that place, that room then, on the second floor of the basement. That's going to be tricky. Alright. Well, I guess the good news about freeing up an extra pentacle spot is that I can now take this book on the stand. But first, we'll talk to the Rashaka. Oh, you know what? This makes a little... Oh, hello, reanimated skeleton. It seems impossible, but a human skeleton steps in front of you from out of the gloom. It hisses at you, and you smell the breath of death. Some dark necromancy must animate this long-dead creature. You can't even understand how the bones could be held together. It's terrifying. Your mind is strong. You have seen things far worse than this. You were part of the team that took down the Black Circle of Necromancers a few years back. You've encountered your fair share of reanimations over the years. That explains why they sent us into here then. You wonder if a curse or a necromancer of some skill has summoned a spirit to animate this bag of bones. Was it sent after you? You remember from your briefings that its decayed appearance can be deceptive, and prepare yourself. You will need to either fight or flee. So I added this as an option for the skeletons. Normally you could only do this. We'll go ahead and blast the skeleton with this spell. It gives me a chance to test this and see if it works. It's a physical creature, so you're sure you can reduce it to ashes with the right spell. The trick is doing so without joining its current dead condition. So I see the 4 of cups. We have a 5 of cups. I can't think of any reason not to take that. The same with the 8 of swords. You narrowly avoid a slash as you finish your incantation. It never has a chance to take a second as the spine snaps and it crumples to the ground. The bones turn to dust before your eyes. You decide to give the Rakshasa the papers that you took from the desk. You hand the papers over to the Rakshasa? It beams with delight. You stand there nervously as it looks them over, wondering if this will go sour quickly. Fair enough. You have honored your part of the bargain. I won't eat you. Not yet, anyway. With that, he disappears in a puff of smoke. What a theatrical bastard is your first thought. Oh, this sucks. I'm not getting a whole lot of any Arcana cards whatsoever. Not getting lucky with the quest turn-ins either. You notice a large tome set on an ornate reading pedestal. It's apparent that the book is bound in human skin. You have seen such things in the On special collections. You feel a presence nearby. Yes, you are being watched. But the strongest emanation is from the tome itself. You could swear that it is alive. Is it breathing? No, that must be your imagination. Your training has included research into countless forbidden tomes. You can read a dozen dead or lost languages. Perhaps you can find some useful information here. Now, there is no guarantee that it will be a Hyperborean spell that we'll earn from this, but I'm pretty sure we get a guaranteed spell of some sort from this by successfully beating this challenge. You begin to read the tome and realize that you have established a mind link with an evil intelligence that resides within. Your will is stronger, and it bows before you, revealing new vistas and hidden knowledge. Touch of Paralysis. It's an Eldritch spell. We'll take a look at it when we're done here. And we gain some energy to power it. Alright, Touch of Paralysis. Let's see what you do. Roll 1 bone, and then select X non-face cards in your hand, and then switch them randomly with the X not revealed trick cards, where X number of pentacles rolled, then draw a card. Nice, so if we get utter crap, and we're like, I bet the trick board has got better cards in it than we have, this will let us swap out cards we select from our hand with random cards from the trick table. We're not going up to the attic yet. We want to explore all the second floor. Sorry, looking over at the clock. I guess everyone... Oh, well, I guess we'll fight some malevolent shadows first. So, better to shadow box them. So we'll do that. Oof. Not a good hand at all. No face cards. A bunch of low number cards as well. They know how to dodge your attacks and when to hit you back. They are shadows, after all. It'd be surprising if they didn't know. Alright, let's try that again. Actually, we'll try a psychic challenge this time. That won't quite let us win. Engage in a psychic duel. You find that you cannot stand against them for long. You gasp for breath like a huge weight was sitting on your chest. This could get ugly. Oh, 5 sanity and 2 life lost. Let's try shadow boxing them again. Do we have a 9? Let's see if our dagger can help us. I cannot. I can't use my dagger again. I don't want to use my flintlock. Since we do get this for free. Okay, so did we draw another 2? How did we get a second 2? How did we get a second? Oh, because we had an ace, and it got converted to a 2 when our dagger gained +1 to it, and now we drew another 2. That's how it happened, Tim. Well, we won the challenge at least by rolling that 5. We got the points we needed added to our trick-taking score thanks to critical hit. So thankfully we won the challenge. Because otherwise, as you can see, we would have gone, oh, okay, okay. Nope, eating my words a little bit. We still would have won. Let me gain some more courage. I'm going to level up to calm sidestep. Alright, let's try this. So it's not going to get better than this, so we'll attempt to bash the door in. It looks sturdy, but with a little effort, you might be able to kick or shoulder your way through. Secret doors aren't supposed to be sturdy, just hard to find after all. It's an okay hand. We have several face cards. They're all low face cards, and Knight's the highest. But our number cards are also not too shabby. But we're out of cups, it looks like. This shouldn't be so difficult. Next time, you might want to put some more muscle into it. Yeah, next time, Mr. Davis, I'll tell you where to shove it. You discovered a secret door. Let's go ahead and try bashing it in again. I just like the taunts because it's not like you misplayed. Odds are you didn't misplay anything. The game just wasn't lucky. That's it. Like this, I hate to say it, but this game is mostly luck, right? It absolutely is. You gotta get lucky with the cards you draw, lucky with the tricks that get shown up, and then you try to mitigate the luck with all the skills and what have you that you have. But even then, sometimes there's absolutely nothing you can do. You batter down the secret door. So much for being a secret. The way lies open now. What are we going for, Tim? I guess... I don't know what we should go for. Let's go for a combat edge next. And this is indeed that room with the cultists in it. We'll explore that later. It's tough to explore that room. So we'll return the child to the mother now. You release the child of energy back to its mother. You step towards the mirror, and the child of energy seems to flow out from your body and through the portal. You feel the pure joy of the reunion. As promised, you are rewarded. Plain touched. During the results phase of any successful challenge option that has a sorcery type, there is a 5% chance that a Nothing of Interest card will be turned into a Gain Charges card. That's the arcane energy that we pick up. And 3 more experience points. Combat Instincts, X additional unrevealed tricks are placed on the board at the start of any combat challenge. X additional cards are drawn. I kind of like Killer Instinct. Make the challenges more easier for us. Additional unrevealed tricks. What's this one? Unrevealed tricks placed on the board. Oh, their numbers are unrevealed tricks. Wait, X additional unrevealed tricks are placed on the board at the start of any challenge where X is number. This and Come Under Fire sound like. Sorry, Combat Veteran sound like they're exactly the same thing. Oh, okay. I understand. So, hero is X is subtracted from the target level at the start of any combat challenge, or X is level of the edge. So this lowers it exactly by X. And Natural Born Killer lowers that difficulty by between 1 and the level of the edge. This one probably goes up to 4, this one probably goes up to 2 would be my guess. So let's grab X additional cards are drawn. So we'll take Come Under Fire. X additional cards are drawn to the start of any combat challenge where X is the level of the edge. And what level does that go to? 3. You hand over the boffin juice to the creepy mad scientist. Excellent. Yes, that will do nicely. I'll be able to complete my work without any fatigue. I should bottle and sell this actually. Call it something like hours of energy. But at any rate, here is your reward. Look over in the box over there. You might find something that you like. You might not either. We gain another feat, which is very nice. We'll take a look at the leap card. I was hoping for an Arcana card, though. Dr. Laszlo Benway remains hunched over his workbench, maniacally pursuing whatever weird experiment he has thought up now. He pays you no attention now that he is again lost in his work. You note that the boffin juice does indeed seem to have boosted his work rate. He's obviously absorbing his work, but fetching him some boffin juice was a bit trivial. Maybe he has a more important task. Yes, well, now that I know you can be trusted, I have a more meaningful task for you. It seems one of my experiments has run off. More plant than man, actually. A disappointment, but an expected one. I need a tissue sample once you find it, and then do be so good as to destroy it. Right, off you go. That is thankfully right down near where the chef was. Oh, nope, not the attic. Not yet. That will be next episode. Okay, also we gotten some more some more experience points. 6 more. I guess we'll take a ranged edge. Use non-face cards get bumped up to face cards. I actually don't want a card that relies on me using my ranged weapon because we have the flintlock. We can only use that 5 times by using the weapon's special ability. So I'd rather have something else that benefits us in some sort of passive way. Unless there's something that lets me use less bullets. So here's something that, like Pistol Expert. X is subtracted from the target level at the start of any combat challenge if you have a pistol weapon card in your inventory where X is level of the edge. So that could be useful. That would also help. That would also combo with our combat edge. I mean, the bullet. I don't think, Tim, there's any card that reduces the number of bullets you fire. We'll take Pistol Expert. X is subtracted from the target. Oh, no, we have a combat challenge that does that already. I mean, it would be nice to have 2, but there's no guarantee I'll get that Arcana card, in which case I might not be... What are you talking about, Tim? If I take this combos into the combat edge, which allows us to have an easier time beating these challenges, any combat challenge, because both of them would reduce the target level by 1 point for each edge. But there's no guarantee that I'll get very many more edge upgrades, and there also is no guarantee that I will ever find that Arcana card that will automatically level all my edges. So I think instead, we'll take Mr. Chain Blue Lightning. If you possess at least one pistol card, X additional cards are drawn at the start of any combat challenge where X is the level of the edge. I guess we should take a Talisman Edge next. I'm torn between making the fire cards have no release chance or giving ourselves even more swords. I'll have to make up my mind right before we do that, which may actually happen right now. Given how much experience points we're picking up at this point in the game, given all the Ores of Luck we have, we're likely to pick up 2 more experience points right here. You enter a trance and tell the chef that you have located his knife. You had to insist a little, but it got the point. The ghostly chef is still moving in an energetic circle, seemingly wrapped in its ectoplasmic food preparations. You wonder if it couldn't leave this all behind, or is just being punished for some foul poisoning. That's it. Okay, let's save the game. Just in case I don't like this decision that I make. So, alright, so we could take Fire Attuned. X is subtracted from the chance that a Fire Talisman that you possess will be released when placed as a result card that is revealed, where X is 2 times level of the edge. So taking 1 point in it will lower that one from 5 to 3, and the other from 4 to 2, for example. I would want a 0% chance that my talismans disappear, so I would want 3 points in that. Alternatively, I can say, screw it. We're going to go for Sword of Air, which will give me +2 swords, bringing my swords stat to 9, which is amazingly good. With the Swords of 9 and a Cups of 8, there's almost no physical challenge we won't be able to meet. We'll just have to worry about losing talismans as we play. You know, thinking about it, normally, if I was playing a different type of character, I would choose the not losing fire, but I'll play Sarah a little reckless, and we'll go ahead and choose Sword of Air. So any air talisman you possess grants you +1 swords in addition to any other bonus that it might provide. And now it's up to 9. So let's go ahead and take I was about to say heroic feat, but we're at 7 of 8 weight for our cups inventory, so we'll hold off on that. Let's grab a Spell's Edge for our Herborian spells. While we're here, let's go ahead and visit the plant monster. The dying plant man looks up at you expectantly. You think that you can recognize emotions in its facial expressions, fear and pain. Between labored breaths, it seems to be chittering like it was trying to communicate with you. This message is plain. Please end this. Benway can rot in hell. You decide to mercy kill it and then create a fake sample. That should set his so-called research back a bit. It's a deception. Okay, so hold on. I was looking at our draw 13 wondering why we got so much, and that's actually because our swords is 9. That's amazing. Because this is a deception challenge, there's a chance that we'll have something scryed, and there was nothing scryed. Look at all those cards we got. Okay, I'm about to say we only got 1 face card. We have 2, actually. And they're both high cards, so I shouldn't complain too much about it. Oh, this is a combat challenge. That's interesting. We have only 1 Pentacles card, so we're not doing anything else about that one. I'll hope that there is another Swords card here. That's a better target for our queen. And there was. You put the thing out of its misery and scrape up some mold from the floor and put it in the sample dish that Benway gave you. Holy crap! An actual Arcana card. And this is Strength. I like Strength. Strength is great. This looks like us, actually. Only, I guess we're not naked like the girl in the picture here is. As everyone proceeds to alt-tab to take a look at the picture now that I said that out loud. So, this is nice. This is +1 swords bonus. This for having it in our inventory. And if we use this card, all the ammo for our guns is restored. Now, that doesn't help our flintlock, because our flintlock cannot be reloaded. But there it is. Plus, it gives us another Arcana card. So if we're desperate, we can use this to take a card on the field to let us win a challenge that would otherwise be extremely dangerous to flip. Nice. Second Arcana card of the game. Hello, Cultist Guardians. You guys again. Holy crap, we can melt their minds. Oh, but we can tear them up, which is what I've been looking forward to. Let's do this. They may look like the cultist versions of ninjas, but they're obviously human, so they will die all the same. You'll note, by the way, that when I play, I very rarely, if ever, in fact, I don't think I ever have, taken an edge which allows extra tricks on the board. This is because the tricks on the board max at 10. So, and if you're building a character like I tend to do, which is try to aim for a balanced character through whatever means possible, odds are that you were, at least in your main stat line, you will end up with 10 tricks on the board. Even when you're fighting things down in the basement, pretty often. And, well, depending upon what you're fighting, obviously, what you're coming across. Like traps if you have a high cups, using spells if you have a high pentacles, etc. But because of this, I view edges that increase the tricks on the board as a waste of a edge. Unless it was an edge that, for something that you don't plan on increasing. Or suppose you're playing on a higher difficulty level. God bless you if you play this game on a harder difficulty level than Agent. Because I tried once, and I immediately said never again. You get less points to make a character with. And as far as I can tell, the game is just, all it is just, it's just harder. Which is great, I suppose, right? If you like this sort of thing. But to me, it makes the game ever so much more aggravating to play. Because of how luck-based the game is. I just hate knowing that almost all my challenges are going to be failures. But I suppose you get more points at the end of it, so, and points matter. That's the only thing that matters for Occult Chronicles in the end, right? And we won. Holy crap. We took almost all the cards that showed up. You won the battle. The cultist bodies lie strewn across the floor. Maybe you can find something useful on them. All those bullets go to waste because we don't need them whatsoever. Additional use of all spells. 2 or more. We don't have 2 or more. We don't have 2 or more. We don't have 2 or more. Not bumping things up. I guess we'll... So I do plan to grab another Hyborian spell. I mean, it's right here on our skill card. So I guess we could look to take one of these. We'll grab... Yeah, see, I don't remember what the Hyborian spells are, so I don't really want to take Allure of Magus, because they affect us when we increase the card values, or decrease trick card values, but I don't remember if Hyborian has those. The Hyborian spell we have lets us convert numbered cards into pages, and so I don't think it'll benefit from either of Hyperborean Lore or Hyperborean Magus. I think we'll just grab Meta Magic. If you have 2 or more spell cards of the Hyborian subtype, which we don't, in your inventory and they're eligible for use in the challenge, X is subtracted from the target level at the start of the challenge, where X is the level of the edge. So we'll select that. And now we're going back up to turn this quest in. And then we're going back to the butler to turn that quest in. Then we're going back to the people eating dinner to turn that quest in. And then we're calling it a session. The rats come towards you like an immovable force of nature. There must be 100 of them. If they overwhelm you, you fear you might not be able to get back up, but we can carve them up. Is there an exterminator in the house? You're outnumbered, but not outknifed. Holy face cards. Well, I better hope there's lots of swords up there, because we have almost a full hand of swords. King, queen, knight, page, 8, 5, 4, 2. because we have so many swords, I was about to say, it's unlikely we will actually see any sword cards up here. It also, by the way, whenever you see, like, you have the king and all the other face cards, you actually will be probably getting a little less points, because if that was the queen and we took it with the king, we would have earned, how much is that? That's 5 plus 4, I think 9 points total for that. But that's not possible, because we have all the face cards in our hand already. Let's see if we can get lucky with our trench knife. We did not, okay. You kill dozens, wound even more, and fling yet more away. At some point, they seem to break, like they were being controlled by a single will, then scatter and flee. That was interesting. Game like paused for half a second. He's like, I don't really want to give him 3 more hit points. What are we going for, everyone? We don't really need anything else. I guess we'll go for Hyporian's spell next. You hand the sample over to Benway and tell him that the creature has been destroyed. Excellent. I'll be able to use this sample to cure countless diseases. I wouldn't have been able to do it without your help. Of course, I could make a nice biological weapon as well. Choices. At any rate, here is your reward. Look over in the box over there. You might find something that you like. You might not either. 1 experience point. I hate you. That was useless. Give me something else besides experience points. We're about to be maxed out. We'll gain lots of more experience points, but we won't be able to spend them on anything. Dr. Laszlo Benway has again returned to his work, seemingly having forgotten your presence. He remains hunched over his work beneath his workbench, maniacally pursuing whatever weird experiment he has thought up now. You wonder if this is some strange ritual that he somehow draws pleasure from. You suspect he very much wants to talk with you, so you go ahead with the grand charade, and clear your throat again to get his attention. I'll hope another Cups card shows up, and it did, but it wasn't a face card. Yes, very well. How do you feel about robots, mechanical men, that sort of thing? It seems that my mechanical assistant, Thor, has wandered off. I sent him to find my boffin juice, and he never came back. You'll need to find him, and then replace his battery pack, no doubt. Here's a fully charged unit. Now, off you go. Since he wasn't in the room with the board crossing the pit that will lead down to the basement, he must be in the attic, probably near the spiders that'll be up there. Next episode, everyone, will fully explore the second floor. There's probably another another clue token up here somewhere. And this is kind of sad. This might be... No, this isn't quite the last time we'll be walking down this hallway. We'll have to leave from the backyard as well to go back up here. Alright, zombie, let's just attack you. I must have used a trench knife a few times. Didn't select our 6. Now, I could be playing this a lot more aggressively, everyone, as well. Like, for example, I could be casting my Hyporian spell to convert cards into pages to get me even more points if I'm desperate, but I'm not too concerned with these zombies. I don't think you can get wound cards from random encounters, not up here on the second floor at least. So I'm not too concerned if I lose a challenge. We have plenty of life and sanity that we can afford to lose at this stage of the game. And although we are fully charged with all of our spells and our courage and what have you, I still don't... I don't want to start using courage if I don't... I have a lot to throw around, but I've always viewed it as something that I'd rather save for a more difficult challenge or an emergency. If the target number was a lot higher, if this was like 10 or 11 for the target, then you'd probably start seeing me use some of my some of my combat feats. But right now, our stats can carry the day. You approach the butler and tell him what you have done. Thank you so much, sir. I was beginning to think that you had headed off in the wrong direction. Good show. One single experience point, but that would give us another Hyperion spell. Chant of Azizoth. We want a Oh, I wish that this told me when these were used. I think Chant of Azizoth is a 2-weight spell. Let's take a look at this. Ray of Chasmodai. Roll 1 bone and select a non-face card in your hand to discard, and then subtract the numerical value of that card from X random revealed trick cards, where X is the number of pentacles rolled. Then draw a card. So we take a number card, we discard that number, and then we roll a 6-sided dice. A number of trick cards on the board equal to the die number lose a number of points on them equal to the value of the card that we discarded. No, you can't see me, but I'm making all sorts of hand gestures. Like, that's how it works. Okay. Got it. That's a lot to remember. Rain of Burning Sulfur. Roll 1 bone and select a non-face card in your hand to discard, and then add the numerical value of that card to X random non-face played cards of the same suit, where X is the number of pentacles rolled, then draw a card. So let's stop for a second, and I'm going to talk about this really briefly. So, I like this game. It has lots of problems, but I like this game, and I like it for reasons like this. Like this, it's really difficult to grasp what this card is going to do and how it's used. But once you do understand it, you can see it used in some very interesting situations. For example, there's a bunch of trick cards on the board. You play a bunch of your hand cards that aren't quite enough to win those challenges, and then you use the spell. Select the card in your hand, discard it, and you increase all those cards, assuming you're the same suit, by that value, letting you win those challenges instead. Combining this with the ability to make numbered cards into face cards, this would be really powerful. Unfortunately, though, it takes a lot of effort to do that. It takes an edge that we don't quite have yet, although I did see a edge there. So maybe we'll take rating. Let's see. Let's see what else we have. Oh, hello. Roll 1 bone and select up to X revealed face trick cards, where X is the number of pentacles rolled, and transform them into non-face cards of the same suit with value Y, where Y is number of cards selected, multiplied by 2. Then draw a card. So, this is interesting. This will let us make those kings and queens that we see on the trick table. Let us lower their value to perhaps a drastically low number, depending upon how many of those face cards I'm selecting. I really like that. That's a nice one. Roll 1 bone and select a non-face card in your hand to discard, and then add the numerical value of that card to X random non-face cards in the same suit in your hand. I prefer my Page's spell. Roll 1 bone and select a revealed face card and transform it into an ace. Then draw X cards, where X is the number of pentacles rolled divided by 2. If a drawn card has a numerical value of less than or equal to the number of pentacles rolled, then add 2 points to your trick tickets. There's a lot going on here. I tend to find Chant of Azizoth, though, so I'm not going to bother with that one. Let's take one of these. So, and select a non-face card in your hand to discard. Subtract the numerical value of that card from X random revealed trick cards. Pencil rolls. One bonus of non-face card in your hand, discard, and add the numerical value of that card. X random face cards in the same suit. We'll go with Typhon's Embrace. Roll one bone and select up to X revealed face trick cards or X number of pentacles rolled and transform them into non-face cards of the same suit with the value Y, where Y is the number of cards selected, multiplied by 2, then draw a card. Now, did I do this correctly? It's combat, sorcery, battle. Combat, sorcery, battle. Good. So we'll also benefit from that other edge we took, which reduces the difficulty of the challenges, because we have 2 Hyporian cards with the same combat traits, and we'll be able to use them in combat at the same time. Like right here, for example. But it's better for us to still carve people up with our knife. Holy crap, we have a lot of wand face cards. We'll go ahead and just use them now. Holy crap. I think at this point we're pretty good at fighting off the zombies from this hallway. We exploded all the zombies in this hallway. 45 points earned from this fight. Rarely have I ever gotten so many points. Let's see if the reward corresponds to that number. Of course not. But to be fair, there's like nothing we need at this point in the game. We are basically unstoppable. Well, no, Tim, that's not true at all. That's not true at all. Once you're in the basement, you're going to start feeling the pressure. Things will get tricky down there. The horror challenges will be difficult, and we only have 8 cups. That seems like a lot, but trust me, the traps are going to be difficult down in the basement. You focus your psychic energy and tap your knife once more against an imaginary glass. Ghostly heads snap to your attention. Dessert will be here shortly. While we are waiting, what can any of you tell me about this place? Dessert is sumptuous, and you have made 1 or 2 otherworldly acquaintances. More importantly, you think you have learned some important things that will improve your chances on this mission. Holy crap, we got another Arcana card! The Magician gives us +2 pentacles. Amazing. And now we can take more spells. Awesome. I suppose we will take another Hyporian spell. And we'll stop here. Alright, everyone. So this was an amazing episode. We've finally cleared out all of the quests, except for this one, because I don't know what's wrong with that one, down here in the first floor. I didn't explore these 2 steps, but I know there's a trap down there, so I'm not going to walk down there and explore it. First floor of the house, fully explored. Except, well, again, for like 3 or 4 spaces. That leaves us now the backyard to explore, which I think we'll probably go to next. Mostly because if the 3 witches are back there, we will want to get their quest, as we are likely to encounter then the succubus someplace on the 2nd floor, their spells someplace on the 2nd floor out of the attic, and the Wicker Man in another area in the backyard, or whatever that tree creature is. So yeah, so let's summarize what happened, Tim. So we gained a ton of experience points. We have grabbed all sorts of new edges. We picked up another new spell. We picked up this from the book as well. We gained 2 new Arcana cards, Strength and the Magician. Oh, and we grabbed another 2 heroic feats as well, Calm Sidestep and Giant Leap. We didn't even look at Giant Leap. Roll 1 bone and then select a not revealed trick card and reveal it. If the revealed card is a non-face card. Oh, hey, so this is really interesting. Because now we have both the is it a face card or the is it not a face card heroic defense feats, that means that whatever our scry shows for our edges, whatever our one edge shows as a result of the number of scryed cards for trap challenges, we have a feat that can be used on it and can also give us cards or points by using it. That's really nice. Still haven't found any other weapons, though. But then again, this is what usually happens. Normally, I have an idea for a character. Sarah was supposed to use lots of daggers or guns with some magic, and instead she's going, it looks like full magic now. Well, but then again, Tim, she's also really great at using daggers still. It's just I wish I had another dagger. Alright, well, that's it, everyone. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care, everyone.